Okay, today we will be replacing an ECM blower motor on a Carrier RTU. So this is a Carrier Weathermaker RTU. It's only a few years old. They've already turned off the power here at the disconnect switch. The issue was the blower motor was not turning on. There's a new blower motor right here. There's a part number on the sticker. That part number has been updated. That's the new part number. The original part number has been discontinued. So just FYI. Here's the exact model number of this Carrier RTU. Remember to turn the power off before performing work and wear PPE. So I'm going to start now by removing this side panel to expose the blower motor. There's a couple screws along the bottom here. Panel lifts off. There's the blower motor assembly. You can see there's some dried out mouse urine and mouse droppings in here. You can see where he chewed through the wires. So I'm going to need to clean all that out with a bleach and water solution. First, going to double check to make sure the power is off. Disconnect the switch here. Disconnect the wiring harness that goes to the blower motor, like so. And there's just these two screws that essentially hold this blower unit in place. Remove the two screws and the unit will slide forward and out as one assembly. There's a heat exchanger. I'm going to pop off this blue shroud. There's just 4 tabs that hold it in place. Set it aside. Now I need to remove these screws to separate the fan motor from the fan blade. And there's just a few screws to undo. Like I said, I'm going to clean off that mouse urine and feces with the bleach and water solution. And this simply pops off the old motor. Woo! Give you a better view. Now we need to separate the motor from the vanes. And just a few screws. And then the rubber grommet that holds the wire on the side here, that just pops off. And then we need to remove this heat shield on the bottom of the motor because we're going to reuse that as well. Grab the new motor and we'll do a side-by-side comparison between the new and the old. And again, pay attention to the part number on the data plate because they updated that part number. That old part number there is not the correct part number anymore. It has a new updated part number that I showed you earlier. So we'll start by attaching the heat shield to the new motor. You don't want to over torque these little screws, just nice and gentle. Now we'll go ahead and attach the vane assembly here. There's a new rubber grommet on the new cable. Just line up your screw holes. There is a keyway right here, so it only goes on one way like that. And again, just don't over tighten the screws. Now we'll attach that rubber grommet that holds the cable in place, like so. Go and attach our fan blade assembly. Fan blade is still in good condition. We're going to reuse it. Nothing wrong with it. You just got to line up your screw holes. And then same thing, just don't over torque your screws. And I might be wrong, but the screws look like they had some mild Loctite on them, possibly from the factory. They should be fine. Just making sure I got them all tightened down. I'll go ahead and install that plastic fan shroud next. Again, there's those 4 little tabs where it pops in. Clean it off. Good to go. So everything's cleaned off. New motor installed. We'll slide it back in place. You can see there's slots in the back there that you have to slide it into. On both sides. Once you do that, then you can reinstall your 2 screws, reattach your wires to the switch, reconnect your wiring harness. Wiring harness can only plug in one way, so you really can't mess that up. There we go. That blue shroud needs to be pushed down a little bit more. Not quite all the way down. Fix that in a second. And just drive your screws home. Just line up the screw holes. Another screw on the other side. Pretty simple. There we go. Now it's all the way down. That's the finished product. We'll go ahead and test it out now. Good to go. If you're a facilities professional, maintenance professional, I want to tell you about this Practical Facilities Maintenance Handbook, now available on Amazon.com in paperback and ebook format. It's a great training aid or resource guide for facilities professionals or if you work in the trades. It has common shop equipment documents, signage, tags, labels, reference material. Again, a great resource guide. The link for this handbook is in the video description below. If you need hats, shirts, cups, or weatherproof stickers for your facility, there's a link in the video description below for what you see here on this screen now. I hope this information helps you. Please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment, and thanks for watching.